welcome to our brand new episode. My name is Melody, and in this upcoming series, I'll be interviewing every member of our team, iGEM CSMU, to share their thought toward their major. As for my first episode, I have invited Yi-Chen to come and share. Let's welcome her. Yay!
Yay. Hi, my name is Yi-Chen Lee, and I'm a student at Zhongshan Medical School. I'm now a freshman studying in medicine, and my hobbies are playing the piano and sometimes running. And my biggest goal right now is to train myself to prepare for a marathon in the future, and also participating in the iGEM contest, of course.
Wow, so talented. Not only like exercising,
Not really.
but also like a music instrument. Wow. So today we were focusing on our your thought to your majors. So my first question is why do you choose to study in your major?
Partly it's because my parents both wanted me to study in this field, but actually a part of me still find medicine very intriguing because we get to study all of our human body, we can do some anatomy, and also we can learn the origin of a lot of diseases. I feel like if we won't need to study for biochemistry every 4 weeks or so, it would be very interesting for me just to learn that.
Is it a big shout out to biochemistry professor?
Well,
So do you still find it really interesting till even now, as a student in Department of Medicine?
I feel like we have a lot of very hardcore classes, so I do think it's very painful studying for these classes, but maybe if I take a break from these classes, I may still find the topic quite interesting.
So how do you know whether you are suitable for this major or not? How do you made up your mind since you were in high school that you wanted to study in medicine?
I actually didn't really made up my mind to study this because I feel like I'm interested in a lot of things. I actually feel physics is a very interesting topic for me, and I actually attended a contest for that. So
Physics.
yeah.
Wow. But I think right now your topic were more mainly related to biology.
Yep.
So you don't have much time to focus on physics.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, okay. So move on to our next question. Since now you're a student in Zhongshan Medical University, can you share what is your first impression of our school, and what is the biggest difference, the reality part and then the first impression, or fantasy part?
Okay, I'll talk about the first impression first. Well, I've studied in both very small area, elementary school and high school and junior high. So it's actually very familiar to me because Zhongshan Medical University is also a quite small school compared to other universities, the Taiwan University. Yeah. So I think the very first impression is it's actually very comforting to me because it's also a very small environment and I probably won't get lost once I'm accustomed to it. As for the fantasies, I don't really have any fantasies. Yeah.
Okay. So what are the biggest difference you found between college and high schools?
I think the biggest difference is that we get to select our courses in college but not in high school.
So speaking of selecting courses, do you have any recommendation or the course that you feel really amazed or really interested?
Well, there's one course I actually think is very interesting. It's the USR course I've attended this semester, and it's actually a course you don't have to stay in the classroom and listen to the teacher talk on stage. It's actually, you actually get to go out and explore Taichung on 2 or 3 occasions. Yeah, we went to a temple first, and also last time the class took us to the Houfeng, and we actually get to ride bikes during that.
I think it's more like a field trip
Yeah.
instead of a course. Wow, interesting. I should attend it. Okay, so you mentioned that you were in a department of medicine. Do you have any like interesting stories that happened in your department or any events that was held in your department?
I think there's actually a lot of events regarding medicine students. Well, I once actually attended. There's an activity and it's called Heart Valley, and
Heart Valley.
yep, it's actually a camp for like elementary school students, and in the camp we get to teach them some public health knowledge, something like that, and we play a lot of games with them. Well, it's actually very tiring, you know, and time consuming because you need to handle a lot of small
You have
children.
to get prepared and then all the course like lesson plan, something like that.
Yeah. It's very time consuming, but I actually made some friends doing that. So yeah.
Like what do you learn from the event?
Well, I actually learned that I'm really not very good at talking to children. Yeah. So maybe if I chose, yeah. So maybe I will become a doctor who specializes in looking after children.
Oh, you want to like challenge yourself in this part?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I can try talking to children,
Yes.
but yeah.
Okay, moving on to the next part. Like, have you joined any clubs or any school team during this past few months?
Yeah, I actually joined a lot of clubs. Like, well, first one is the dessert club.
Wow!
Yeah, I actually learned to make some desserts.
Wow, wait, you are so talented. Like
No.
exercising and then we also instruments and then now also like cooking. Oh my gosh.
Not really. I just went there to just try it out, and I actually have some photos for that. Yeah.
And then speaking of like dessert club, any other club?
Well, there's also the piano club. I'm
Piano
not sure.
club.
I'm not sure if that's the name, but yeah.
Oh, that's quite a lot because even like dessert club and the piano club and also iGym.
Yeah. It's actually, yeah.
Is it your goal like to try to experience the different part or different activities during the college study period? Like, is it
Yeah.
a goal that you set for yourself?
I actually didn't really set any goals. I just wanted to try out different things since I just came in a new environment and also went to university, which is, well, it's I
Also a
just
big
think-
challenge
yeah.
and a big different from like your past experience. So anything you wanted to try or something that is on the list that you wanted to try for the next one?
I've been training myself to run like 6 to 7K every week. Well, not every week, every time I run, and
Every day.
not really. It's like 2 to 3 times a week, and I've been training myself, so I want to prepare for a half marathon.
I think that's really nice because sometimes people have to like balance their life because sometimes the workload is pretty hard. So you have to try to put yourself in a quite positive mindset and then make sure that your mental health and physical health is on the same pace.
Yeah, sure.
And I believe that running will be a good way to express your your stress.
Yeah.
Okay, so in for the last one, I know like in this interview we will be sharing our thought, and I noticed that Lucia have prepared an issue to talk about and to discuss, which is related to her major. So, like, would you want to talk about?
Yeah, of course. Well, I once saw a dilemma on the internet, and it's about a situation, and it's like this. A Jehovah's Witness patient who had a car crash and was bleeding a lot, and then he became transferred to a hospital. And if you were a doctor at the hospital, do you donate blood to that person or not? This is a dilemma because in the doctrines of the Jehovah's Witnesses, they actually cannot be donated blood from others. Yes. Yes.
So you mean like there's a situation for a doctor. So now since the Jehovah's Witness couldn't be donated their blood because of their religion, but another side is that if they don't do the
blood transfer.
Yeah, blood transfer, then they can't be safe. So this will be a dilemma that will faced by a doctor.
Yeah.
Wow. So wow, this is quite hard. Like because when the doctor received the facing this case, they don't have time to think much about the whole process or their background. So it's quite pretty hard.
Yeah, it's a dilemma, and also the doctor needs to do their decision very quick because the patient is in a very serious condition.
Yeah, they got like golden time period. So as for you, what is your decision?
Well, if I were that doctor, I think I just go with donating the patient blood anyways, because, well, if I don't donate blood to, if I don't get blood transferred to the patient might probably just die. And the patient's family might just sue me because of that.
Is it also against the moral of being a doctor? Like, because I noticed that as a doctor, you have some rules to like stick to it. Like, you can choose your patient, and you have the responsibility to save the life.
Yeah, I think so. But even if I do donate the blood to the patient, the patient's the family might still sue me because they think I just go against their doctrine. Yeah. So if I'm going to get sued either ways, I think I'll just end up saving the patient's life in the first place.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, so thank you for Lucia preparing all these and also share her thought and experience and also her stories. And thank you for being our first guest of this episode, and I really appreciate it. So a little introduction about us. We were iGEM from Zhongshan Medical University, and we will be attending competition that was held in Paris, France in
in November.
Yeah, in November. And we were trying to find solutions to solve the local problems by using biosynthetic waste. Like as for our team, we were solving
microplastic issues in clothes.
Yes, yeah. So we were in this channel, we will be sharing more interesting content. So stay tuned and see ya.
Bye.